This girl is about to completely lose herself, trying to become a dead sister, and the family is going to destroy her in the process. So this girl, her name is Aduni. Aduni is the middle child of her family. She was so quiet that no one ever really noticed her, and she loved it that way. Her older sister Lilian was everyone's favorite. Lilian carries all the family pressure. She was everything you would want in a first daughter. She is studying accounting at Unilag, already working on her ICANN certification, doing some modeling and acting on the side. This girl was popular and everywhere she went. Even at home, everyone always called on her. Lilian just has this natural shine and everyone noticed that. But here is the thing about Aduni. She never really felt jealous about living in Lilian's shadow. She actually enjoyed the freedom it gave her. No pressure, no expectation, just the luxury of being herself without anyone watching. Their family had already been through enough pain. They had just lost their father years earlier, so it was just Mama Okafor trying to raise Linia, Aduni, and two younger boys, Ife and Bolu. Linia naturally stepped up as the responsible first daughter, handling family obligations and taking the heat off everyone else. Life was working perfectly for Aduni until that Thursday afternoon when her phone rang while she was out with her friend at the cafeteria. She's there laughing with her friend when her mother's broken voice comes through the speaker. Lilian is gone. Okada accident at Obalende. She is gone, Aduni. Just like that, everything stops. In one phone call, Aduni's comfortable world collapses completely. But the real tragedy starts at the funeral. Everyone pours their grief onto Aduni like she's supposed to absorb it all. Family members, neighbors, church people, they all approach her expecting her to be the strong one now. Auntie Ngozi pulls her aside during the wake keeping and tells her that she's now the first daughter. She tells her that her mother needs her to be like Lilian. Aduni nods and smiles while something inside her dies. At the burial, they expect her to give a tribute speech. She freezes at the podium, looking at her mother's expectant face, the crowd waiting, Lilian photos smiling back at her. So she delivers this perfect speech about following in her sister's footsteps, and every single word she said felt like she was betraying herself. 3 weeks after the burial, the family has a meeting in their sitting room. Uncle Kayode, their father's brother, declares that Aduni must now step up and represent the family. She has to manage her mother's emotional episode, oversee her brother's school's activity, and attend family events as the face of their nuclear family. Aduni agrees to everything while screaming inside of her. 1 month later, while packing Lilian's things, Aduni finds her sister's diary, and this is where things get really twisted. She reads entry after entry of Lilian struggling with family pressure and perfectionism. One line really gets to her. Sometimes I wish I could just be normal like Aduni. She gets to be by herself. Even perfect Lilian was carrying burden that nobody saw. But it gets worse. 2 months after the funeral, Aduni and her mother are having a late night argument in the kitchen about household chores. Mama Okafor is exhausted and grief-stricken and she just snaps. Sometimes I wish God had just taken you. Oh my God. At least Lilian would have known how to hold this family together. 4 months later, at cousins Kemi lavish wedding, multiple aunts talk to Aduni. They tell her she should change her course to accounting like Lilian, become more social, start modeling, basically become like Lilian 2.0. The pressure is getting worse and they all want her to act like Lilian. So Aduni starts performing. She begins acting like Lilian at family events. She's forcing smile and pretending to enjoy being the center of attention. She starts having anxiety attacks in private, loses her appetite, can't sleep. She becomes skilled at being who everyone wants to see, but it is killing her slowly. The pressure becomes too much, so she starts avoiding family gathering, making excuses, staying on campus more, but the family notices and the pressure increases even more. Her mother feels more abandoned, isolation breeds depression, and her grades begins to suffer. The only person who understands is Diana, another student who lost a siblings in a car accident. For the first time since Lilian died, Aduni accepts and admits the truth that I can't be her and I do not want to be. Diana becomes her only authentic relationship, the one place where she doesn't have to perform. Everything comes to a head at the extended family Christmas party at Uncle Kayode's house in Ikoyi. Adonis is supposed to coordinate the young adult activity, which was Linia's old role. But cousin Fumi starts complaining loudly that the party isn't really as fun when Linia used to organize it. Then Auntie Kemi says out loud, if only Adonis had half of Linia's spirit, this would have been a whole family again. Something inside Adonis just snaps. In front of 40 plus family members, she gets angry and tells them that she is not lenient and can never be lenient. She tells them to mourn her if they want to, but she cannot be like her sister. Everyone in the room is shocked. Some natives are offended, others finally start understanding what they have been doing to her. Mama Okafor doesn't speak to Adonis for 2 days, then quietly asks, what do you need from me? For the first time in months, Adonis sleeps peacefully that night. Slowly, things start changing. Adonis began attending family events as herself, not as Linia's replacement. She changes her major to psychology, inspired by her journey through grief. She and her mother start building a new relationship based on who they actually are, not who they think they should be. The maintaining family relationship becomes strained, but the honest one grows stronger. On the 1 year remembrance of Linia's death, Adonis visits her sister's grave alone. She speaks to the headstone like Linia is right there listening. I read your diary, big sister. You would have understood what I am going through. I'm not trying to replace you. I'm just trying to be the sister you actually loved. I am still your little sister, just not your shadow anymore. As she walks away from the grave, she's wearing a dress that her sister will love. She's honoring her sister while remaining authentic to herself. I really learned something that took almost destroying herself to understand. Grief doesn't end, but it doesn't have to end you either. She's now studying to become a grief counselor, turning her pain into purpose, helping others navigate those losses without losing themselves. Here's what Adonis' story teaches us about surviving family pressure and grief. When someone you love dies, people will try to turn you into them because it makes them feel better about their loss. But the dead person loved you for who you are, not who you could become. Have a great day, guys.